Hey Hannah, it's not Friday again. This week I am going to talk about my 1 month's experience as a private tutor. Just a disclaimer, I think this job is still very different from classroom teacher, which is what I'm studying to do. So perhaps take my experience, my advice as a grain of salt for some part, maybe. So here's what I've learned or concluded after this months of being a private tutor. Number one, it's not hard to teach when you embrace the kids. What I meant by that is accepting their intelligence level, their preferences, their ways of learning, etc. I have learned to always be friends with them first, then teacher, right? So being friends is a priority. And when I bond with them, we have a healthy teacher and student relationship, and this makes much easier for me to teach because they will respect me like how I would respect them. I would talk to them like my like an adult, or like talking to my friends. So I respect them and they respect me, which makes them more willing to listen to my instruction. But there are kids who are not very willing to open their hearts, and it's challenging, you know. There, I have one like that because he is like that because he was not very willing to be there in the first place. Because Asian parents, they force their kids to go to these tutoring classes, and they are there because they were forced to. I do have sympathy on them, but I can't do anything about them. So it's very challenging to teach these type of kids, and I'm still figuring out how to, communicate with them and teach them. Number two, communication with parents are super important. I mean, this might also apply to a classroom teacher. Maybe not in the sort of way that I do it. So what I was advised by my boss to do was that have a quick chat with the parents after the end of the class, like even 5 minutes. It makes them to feel more assured, I think, and because they're more informed about how their kids are doing and what they have learned, so they will not bother our admin staff, which by the way some parents do, and they would talk to our admin staff for like hours straight, text our admin, phone call them, and that really adds on the loads for both the admin staff and teachers. And I had seen it happen, and horrifying, just horrifying. Like the moment we saw the parent's name appearing on the phone, we were like, oh, not again. Yeah, perhaps that applied to the teaching side as well. That's when I realized, what our teachers in high school meant when they say the most challenging part of teaching job is non-teaching part, which is quite ironic. Number three, I'm still trying to figure out this. So during class time, I sort of need to give choices for the kids, like they can choose what they do first and what they do second. Especially for the young kids, they like to have it. They like to have choices, and it makes them less likely to get distracted, and they are way happier. Not that they are not happy when I just give out instructions to them, but they enjoy way more when they have when they have choices. I'm still trying to, learn how to do this from some YouTube videos. By the way, I now watch YouTube videos on how to teach kids. Can you imagine that? So yeah. And now maybe something you're curious about, the marking side of the job. Maybe you might be curious about that. I mean, I can't really comment on that because I am a maths teacher. Occasionally teaching English for some younger kids, and I only have 16 kids, so I don't have a lot of students. So I can't really say anything about that, but I am sure my colleague English teachers will have a lot to say on this. Just when I see them marking on the table and the pile of work is that thick, and they were just holding their heads like that and just marking it away, I feel sorry for them sometimes. Yeah. And how do I balance my school and my work? Interestingly, I don't. Which is bad. Which is very bad because, uni is gonna get hectic soon. Lots of assignments are coming up. I need to figure this out before that. And do I like this job? Sort of, so far. I think this job is okay. I know I do complain about my job, but I think that was just me on a bad day. After my brain is fried from schoolworks, from lectures and tutorials, and I have back-to-back classes for the whole night. But to be honest, I think it's a sort of healing process for me when I teach, especially for the young kids. As you know, I had bad experience with teachers when I was young, and it's healing for me knowing that these kids get good teachers at school, and they're enjoying school, and also they're enjoying their time with me in class. So, and that certainly have therapeutic effect on me. And I guess they're saying that I'm being a good teacher, which makes me, feel much better about teachers as occupation. And I guess that's the rewarding part of this job, which is very important for me. And I guess that's it for today, for this week. I'll see you on Monday, Hannah.